This past weekend, Ryan O'Hara gets Player of the Week on his options out on the wings. Falcons going real fast out on the ice this past weekend. We're looking at seeing kind of continuing with that, just those lines being a little bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, good for Ryan. He's got off to a good start in his sophomore season, and so nice to see him rewarded for having a good weekend for us. And then as we get more healthy and get more guys back in the lineup, you guys know we want to be a team that plays fast, and we have a bunch of guys we think that can skate, and Ryan's one of those guys. So hopefully it is something that you continue to see is us getting up and down the rink quicker as we get our full complement of bodies back.
And then this past weekend, you also did a full line, full freshman line out on that third line for both nights, and got a lot of action down deep, down by the crease. Are we going to see that possibly again here at Ferris State, or are we still looking at a lot of line changes here?
Yeah, we've tried to. You're always trying to figure out who plays best with who and who fits best with who. And in the beginning of the year, we had those three play together, just so they could learn the systems and the everyday. We moved other guys around, but we kept them together for long stretches of time, just so they could learn. And so when they go to the bench, they talk things through, and they were going through all that stuff together. And then this past weekend, with getting Brett back, we had the opportunity to put him back on a line together, which was good. And you're right, they did a nice job. And Jaden had another nice goal, and Quinn was involved. Actually, Quinn, it would have been interesting to see if that little breakaway he had on Saturday, the puck actually went in off of his skate. So I'm going to send that into the referee in chief just to get clarification. If we were to challenge this, what would they call it, Ben? And so Brett and Jaden and Quinn did a nice job, and they're together right now. So we'll probably see them together going into the weekend.
And then back in goal, we saw Stover once again being. I had asked him a little bit during the game about this, being very aggressive down in the crease. But for you, are you kind of getting those defenders? We saw him move him back a little bit more down in the crease, help him out with that aggression. Are you kind of getting them set up a little bit more to kind of fill in if he jumps out more.
Yeah, both Christian and Zach are very good at playing the puck, and if you can have a goaltender that plays the puck and is able to make the next pass with that puck, it's certainly an advantage for you. I don't know if you remember the Michigan State series. Michigan State's goalie was really good at going out and playing the puck and being a part of their breakout. And so we feel like Christian and Zach both have the ability to do that. The challenge for us is to get our defenseman to communicate with Christian when he goes out and is aggressive in stopping that puck. Hey, go communicate with him, because ideally we would rather have that next pass be made by a defenseman rather than our goalie. But yeah, Christian is aggressive. He's athletic. We just have to make sure we're picking the right spots to go out and do that. But we feel like it can be an advantage for us moving forward.
And then Zach Rose was listed as your third string goaltender this past weekend. Possibility that we're going to see him on the ice this weekend?
We had a long, difficult conversation, Zach and our trainer Dan Fisher and myself, about Saturday. He was prepared to go. We just felt like he had some. There were some things going on with his lower body injury that we just felt like there's no reason to push it. Um, he doesn't want to sit out. He said, I hate sitting in the stands. So we said, all right, we'll have you sit on the bench, and you can dress as the third guy, and at least you're in the locker room and you're a part of it, because we do appreciate and respect what Zach's done here, and he is his voice matters in the room, so it was good to have him there. He's got a couple doctor's appointments this week. That was another reason that we wanted to be cautious and just say, hey, we know, let's just say your injury's right here, right now. And if we put you in there, maybe there's a movement or a play that, all of a sudden it gets worse, and now your injury's here. And we'd rather, if we don't play you, we know at least we'll be in the same spot. And he's had 2 good days of practice. He went full go today and was good. And he's actually at a doctor's appointment right now. So hopefully what we get from the doctor's appointment is positive, and we have a good plan. We're really right now trying to manage. We know there's an issue going on. We're really trying to manage his pain so he can go out there and play.
Ferris State was one of the more difficult opponents last season. What are some takeaways from this past weekend that you can take onto that series?
Well, I think anytime you win, the more you win, the more comfortable you are in doing that. For us to sweep a series is difficult, and so for our guys to get that done for the first time this year, we think is important, and now they've become more familiar with that. We played 2 really close games, and we anticipate the games this weekend being close, so we were able to come out on the right side of it in close games. So anytime you can have experience closing out a close game or coming back and winning a close game. Those are all things that should pay dividends moving forward. Because like I said, we anticipate this weekend to be a difficult weekend. Fair State's a good team. They defend hard. They've got good goaltenders. And Iwo Ice Arena is a difficult place to play.
Any questions, Peter?
Yeah, a couple. Alex Barber, statistically, I'm sure is not where he wants to be or the coaching staff wants him to be. And from my eye, he kind of looks frustrated a lot on the ice. What are your thoughts on that? What you're doing to help get him going?
Yeah, we felt like, that line of Alex and, Nathan scored this weekend. When we look at our plus minus sheet in our game objectives, one of the objectives we have is grade A opportunities, and Alex and Taylor and Nathan were around the grade A opportunities a lot more. And Peter, that in order to score, you have to get chances. So we feel like it's starting to come. I agree with you 100% that all these older guys, Alex being one of them, wanted to come back and have a great fifth year, and ideally they would score early and score often, right? And that hasn't been the case, and so now they, maybe they're gripping their stick a little tight, or maybe they're pressing a little bit. We see them starting to settle in, and we expect them to continue to be a part of the chances for and the grade A opportunities. And if they're doing that, they're getting the opportunities, we believe the pucks will start to go in for them. But we're trying to encourage them, trying to keep putting them in situations where they can be successful. We're trying to let them know that as long as they keep doing things right, and the effort is there, and they're playing the game the way we believe they need to play and we need to play, that the goals are gonna come.
Okay. Austin scored that rebound goal to win it right at the end of the game there on a shot by Lelig. How big was the previous situation where you were shorthanded, and what did Lelig do for the bench with those 3 blocked shots during that penalty kill?
Well, that was huge. Difficult call on Alex there, and you're in a 2-2 game. Ethan Scardina ties it up with just over 5 minutes left, which is huge, and got everybody going. And now we start to feel like, hey, we got a chance to win this thing. And then we get a penalty called against us, and so now you got to kill it. And Hunter's a really good shot blocker. He's really comfortable blocking shots, and so you have him and Anton Malmstrom out there. Those are 2 people that are more than willing to eat pucks, as our guys say. And so those 3 blocks from him were outstanding, got the bench going. And without those blocks, I'm not sure that we kill that off. And so, really good to see him not only be recognized for the blocks on the penalty kill, but then also be a part of the game-winning goal and his shot from the point that ends up in a rebound, and Austin finishing it off. So he's been a really nice addition to our program. Last year, as Anton blocked a bunch of shots, and Eric Parker is more than willing to block shots. And now with Hunter, who blocks as many as anyone, now you've got a bunch of guys who are doing that, and that becomes contagious. So his every day is great. He's got a smile on his face all the time. He's a great teammate, and defensively, he's been a really, really positive addition for us.